15th of November. How is everybody on a lovely fine Monday? Absolute stunner here in the Bay, scorcher here yesterday. That is the thing, we've had an untypically wet and sort of rainy spring, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But it is, honestly, I haven't seen the Bay this lush in a mid-November ever. It's incredible. And of course, then things warmed up over the weekend, and it was, I think, official temperatures close to 29 degrees in Hastings. So I can tell you unofficially, it was much warmer than that, and absolutely amazing. So it was a perfect time to get out, a bit of gardening and doing a few bits and pieces. And I have to say, a bit of time hiding in the shade and doing some quiet knitting as well. Good morning, everyone. It is so good to see everyone coming in this morning. So good to see you. I have been so spoiled. Just before I came on air, can you see them behind me? Just behind me there. Oh, where are they? There they are. Look at those. Aren't those incredible? The most beautiful roses that have just been dropped off. And Grace Bauer, your daughter, she did very well. She got them here on time. So Grace, thank you so much. She said her daughter has the most stunning rose garden. Those are all roses and dianthus and everything from her garden, all beautifully perfumed. And yes, they're keeping me company to it's made my day, Grace. Honestly, it has completely made my day. Thank you so much for those. Well, getting your daughter to drop those off, I really do appreciate it. It'll certainly brighten things up around here. Well, everyone's on the ball this morning. So good to see everyone come in. Wow. It is just crazy. Yeah, there's so much going on this morning, and it's a crazy old time right now, isn't it? It is going to be a crazy old time. I think this week I've done a little bit more comfort knitting over the weekend. The mojo's still not quite back, and I will be honest with you, this coming week is going to be quite tough, but you know what? It's all right. We'll get there. The sun is shining. So this is a good thing. So what I've got, I'm going to be really naughty today. We've just got back from the mill, Claire and I, for our fortnightly meeting. And as I walked in, we have had a metric ton load of our Christmas stock has arrived, turned up on the couriers this morning, including the massive KnitPro order, like huge KnitPro order. I mean, they're still unpacking it. I have literally dived into the boxes and grabbed a couple of things to totally tease you with them, and also we've got the new Opal. I'm going to show you what we've got going with my hitchhiker. Now, the reason I'm being so mean with all of this is because for you guys that watch the videos on a regular basis, and hundreds of you do, you are the only ones that I'm going to tell ahead of time about our Black Friday. So I mentioned it last week, but we are doing a one-day sale only on Black Friday, which is next Friday. So not this Friday, next Friday. It is going to be a blanket discount store-wide, excluding sale items. So it won't take, it will be excluding obviously the Southlander that's on Spotlight. However, everything else will be going out, and it will be a coupon. So the most important thing to do, and I will let you know what that coupon code is next Thursday, so you guys get a heads up before anyone else. So whatever you do on that day, you have to make sure you put that coupon code in to get the discount off. But it just means that some of the things that I show you today, you might go, and you might want to wait until that day to get them. I don't mind, honestly, especially with some of these bigger things, so you might want to do that. But let's kick off with my knitting and what's on the needles. Oh, well, trees are warming up in Coffs Harbour, I bet. Oh, and Kay's here from Brisbane. Everyone's here this morning. Oh, and Linda's here from Brizzy. Gosh, everyone's around. This is great. So I'm still working on my hitchhiker, and actually this is, the colours I think are sunny, isn't it? Isn't this great? It's almost like a temperature. I almost feel like it is a temperature scarf now, because look, we've got the blue in the middle for that sort of cool little patch that we've just had with the rain, and I have, as you can see, it is starting to, the colours are starting to really, I'm starting to get some really interesting moves and shifts with the colours, and I love it. And it's, you know, I've got there's obviously this quirky little stripe here that's just popped out. I'm now heading back into a series of warm colours again. oh, I'm just pulling up the center of my ball so you can see. As you can see, but these warm colors transition very quickly into some more cool ones. So, and as the hitchhiker gets bigger, those stripes start to thin up a little bit. But I'm actually really enjoying it. Actually, I should count. Oh gosh, look, where I've been joining yarn. Usually it is 42 teeth on here. And I think I've never actually asked Martina why she did that, to be fair. Because of course, if you follow the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, 42 is the meaning of life. So I'm actually wondering whether that's a quirky little trick on that. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 22. So I'm just a little over halfway with mine now. And yeah, and this is honestly, it is for me right now just the tonic. I'm really enjoying it. This is Disco and Pulse, and I'm loving how the colors are translating. And I will be doing more and more suggestions with Pulse as the month goes on. What we're doing with this is I'm wanting to knit this up in this, because as part of our Christmas shop, we are making up a number of kits, and one of the kits that we'll be doing is a hitchhiker with a pulse kit, all in a gift box. And this is the perfect, if you're wanting to buy a knitty present for somebody, or you've got someone that wants to do a little bit of knitting that hasn't knit for a long time, this is the perfect thing to get them started with, or get them back knitting again if they've not done it, because it's all garter stitch. It's what I call the karate kit of patterns. It's wax on, wax off, knit, 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 knit. There's only literally one purl stitch in the whole pattern, and that's at the end of a row there to create a nice wee selvage on the teeth, and knit in the front and the back, and that's it. So easy. Oh, Wendy has bought Pulse Disco for Goldwing. Actually, that would be amazing with Goldwing. So amazing. Actually, that colour's a really good choice, Wendy. Yes, so it is fantastic. And Karen is asking what needle size I'm using for the 8-ply hitchhiker. That, Karen, is a very good question. Happy birthday, by the way, Karen. I saw it was your birthday the other day, so I hope you had a wonderful day. I have knitted a lot of these, so anyone that has known me for a long time knows that I have hitchhiked a lot over the years, and I have now got this down to a fine art. So I have done hitchhikers on the 3mm needle, which is what, on a 4-ply yarn, which is what Martina recommends, and it is fabulous. I've also done them on standard sort of sock or 4-ply yarns on a 3.25mm needle. If I'm being brutally honest, I do actually prefer it on the 3.25. And sometimes you just don't always have a 3mm needle handy. If you've got a slightly finer yarn, like a finer fingering, or something like Pearl Luster would be a really good example of this. If you've got Pearl Luster, which is just that little bit finer, the 3mm is perfect. If it's just a little bit heavier, closer to a more classic 4-ply, then the 3.25 I find works quite well, or even the 3.5 if it's at the heavier end of the 4-plies, getting close to a sport weight. On the DK, though, however, I have done them in a 4mm, but I've actually done this one, and I've done all my subsequent ones once I found this out, but I actually do the DK on a 4.5mm. And it's because of garter stitch. Garter stitch is, look at that, is really elastic. And because it's so elastic, it does have a tendency to constrict back up. So when you're knitting it on a 4mm needle, it can actually feel a little bit firm, and when you're wanting to wear it as a shawl or a scarf, you want a little bit more flex in there. Yeah, Patricia's saying she's even used a 5mm on it, and actually, to be honest, 5mm is would be fine for this as well. I've seen a lot of garter stitch patterns using DK and 5mm, so I've used a 4.5 for this. That's purely because that was the needle that was sitting by the chair at the time, but 4.5 or 5 would work just as well. So that's what I'm doing, and then you can sort of jump up from there further up beyond. I've knitted hitchhikers. I've done the hitchhikers on 8mm needles and chunky yarn, 14-ply yarn, and that's been amazing. I've done 6mm on 12-ply, and that's also worked really, really well. Double stranding would work. Yeah, you just play around, and this is the thing I love about it. Garter stitch is a pretty forgiving medium as far as stitches are concerned, and it's fantastic. There we go. You're right about 42 and the Hitchhiker. It's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. See, why did I not put that together? 42 is the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. So there you go. Thank you for that. Right, so that's how I'm going there, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Actually, it's and it's nice. It's a pick up, a put down. In fact, I did some rows last night. My husband is a huge lover of sci-fi. I don't mind. I'm sort of more ambivalent. If truth be told, my happy TV watching space is complete bubblegum Hallmark type stuff, or I love like really dark Scandinavian type crime. So I have this great extremes. My husband's a big sci-fi fan, and we've been watching Foundation on Apple Plus, which he absolutely loves. He read the books, which is from Isaac Asimov, so classic sci-fi. And I have to say, it is very, very, very good. So I was doing some of this whilst watching that last night. And if you've got Apple Plus, can thoroughly recommend it. It's amazing. There you go. Greg's saying he's used 5mm on the DK and it came out perfect. Yes. Also, too, actually, Greg, you posting that, Greg, has just reminded me, if you're a hand spinner, I've done, so as for, again, regulars will know this, I'm a huge Martina fan when it comes to shawls and scarves. She's my go-to gal. With Hitchhiker, there's also Brickless, which is another great one she has, which is reversible, knitted out, sort of in blocks and bricks, 3 different stitch patterns, and then Niata, which of course is my all-time favorite. But what I do love with any of her patterns is you can just shift your needle size according to your yarn, right? And I have found that all 3 patterns, and I have done all 3 patterns using my homespun yarn as well. And often too, if you are a bit of a hand spinner, you'll buy these really beautiful roll eggs or braids of yarn. You'll spin something up, and you'll have probably 2 or 3 you've bought, sort of like, I think most of the braids and stuff, they come and they're around a couple of 100 grams worth. And I just find that any one of those 3 are just perfect for a single long braid of hand spun. And because I don't know what everyone's hand spinning is like, but for me, I tend to spin in this sort of weird, crazy zone, which is sort of a slightly heavier than sport weight, but not quite a DK. That seems to be my happy place. That's where I end up. And these patterns are great because I can look at what I've spun and then just slightly alter the needle. I don't have to worry about gauge terribly much. And I can still knit these really beautiful things with hand spun yarn. So if you are a hand spinner, or you've picked up some hand spun at a market and you are looking for something to knit with it, I certainly can recommend these. And with Hitchhiker, you keep going until you don't have to do 42 teeth. You just keep going until you run out. I find Brickless quite good. It's a slightly thinner crescent scarf. That one's quite good if you haven't quite got as much yarn, or if you've got a wee bit more yarn. The Niata can be like a wrap if you upsize it. So yeah, it's going to be good. When are the photos coming for the colours of the pulse, please? They are coming, Cheryl. I promise you, they're definitely coming. Actually, I might talk to Steph today. I know that she was she's got a lot. We've sent a lot of stock in her direction, and she likes to photograph everything at the same time. So fingers crossed, it should be here this week. Shani, have you knitted? Oh, have you knitted many or any of the variation of the Hitchhiker that Delaney has written? Now, is that the one that has got the yarn over knit 2 togethers to create that lace panel through it? I think that's the one you're referring to. No, I haven't, but I have seen it. I'm lazy, Shani. You know me. I get to a point that I just want to sort of go super comfort knitting. Anyway, enough of that. What I am going to show you though is literally these were sitting on Cleese. These arrived on Friday. We're going to get these up today, and I'm so thrilled that they have come in time. Just speaking of Hitchhikers, because these are perfect for Hitchhikers. I find one of these is about right. Look at these. Oh, the new Opal colours are here. these are a new rainforest collection, and you've got everything from these really fantastic brights to, I've got more sitting here, to what I call more classic sort of sock-like simple prints and self patterns, but 2 in the collection, in fact 3 in the collection stood out for me, and I'm going to show them to you. I have to admit, usually I go bright and just, you know, I would see that or that and go, nah! I mean, look, oh, this one, yeah, I mean, it's got me written all over it, right? But these 3 have stood out, and I think it's because I just can see being able to use these for so much more. So these are they have got these 3 quite subtly toned ones, which usually you don't get in the Opal. This one here is representing a rhino, and look at those beautiful subtle tones. Aren't those lovely? I think it's just beautiful. And the reason I point these out is timely cardigans. I know that was the hot right now cardigan pattern about 3 or 4 years ago. It is still a great cardigan to knit. And all of these scream timely to me, because they are the sort of thing that you'd be able to knit beautifully into a timely. And all 3 of them would work really, really well with a grey base, dark grey base yarn, like our Quarry Ridge and Skeinz Sock. De Lavery and Sock Mortician Edition would work really well with these. Or if you wanted to go the other way and go light grey, the Milk would work well with these, and these would be your stripes in between. Look at that. I mean, I know, right? Colour coordinated. But that one, and so this one is for tortoise. And then this one is this funny looking little lizard. I love that, with the little pops of neon. Isn't that great? So these will be all, Claire and I have got a lot of loading to do today. These will be all up today and available. So we've got those in stock right now. So keep an eye out for them. Oh, Sue's saying the Opal would be lovely for the Seven West Botanic shawl. Yes, yes. And, you know, that's the thing with Opal. What I love is they do these collections and you've just got something really interesting and fresh and exciting coming all the time. So that is on its way. I have almost finished the newsletter. I started that this morning because, of course, the spotlight on Southlander is happening this month. We've got Southlander DK currently on Spotlight for $11.95 a ball, and that's for a whopping 200 gram ball. This is still one of our best selling yarns. I know so many of you have got this in stash and you love it. In the newsletter, I've got a couple of a great pattern suggestion for this, for actually a summer layering piece. Perfect for knitting this time of year, that you could knit either in Southlander DK or actually even Kelly & Co. if you wanted to have something to knit with the Donegal. So I've got that coming out in today's newsletter. I also wanted to show you, because this is the oatmeal, the other project which is super popular is this one here. There she is. La la. This is the Weekender by Angela Maree. Again, another one of those. Oh, there we go. This way. There we go. Another one of those hot right now patterns from a few seasons ago. But it's a great, quick knit. It doesn't take long to knit. It works up really quickly. It's easy to wear. You've got a series of reverse stocking stitch with this neat little slip stitched detail in the front. It's great quick knitting, really comfortable, really cozy to wear, and it doesn't take a lot. Like, I mean, this sample I think was one of the medium sizes, and that only used two balls of this. So don't forget oatmeal. If you're looking for something, oatmeal, the Weekender, if you're looking for something to knit, that's perfect. And the neat thing about our Southlander DK is it is actually done to quite a traditional Aran way. So whilst you can knit it quite merrily on a 4.5mm needle, you can actually push it up to a 5mm needle and knit it like an Aran. And because of the sheepiness of this and the lovely grip, and we don't strip all the lanolin out of it. It is like a really natural yarn. It will actually persevere and cope really well with a little bit looser gauge than normal. So don't forget about the Southlander. So this is on sale. So it runs through until the 21st of this month, and then on the 21st it flips out and it will move to the Southlander bulky. Okay, so don't forget that. Right, let's get on to the fun stuff. So the first thing that arrived in, and these came in on Friday. We've been waiting for these for ages. They're back. Ashford ball winders. I know so many of you have been waiting for these. We've got one here in store, which with a winding station where people wind yarn off. This Ashford do such a good job. I can't recommend the umbrella swifts and these ball winders enough. We now have both in stock. So if you've been wanting to treat yourself, they are now there and available. But as I said, next you might want to wait till next Friday. So wonderful. So they arrive back on Friday. I haven't checked actually to see whether they're on the website. Should we have a look? Let's see if she's put them back on the website. Let's have a look. Oh gosh, she already put the. Oh no, it's the other ones I need to. Oh gosh, she's onto it. She's already loaded up the. She must be just in the. I'm just having a look now on the website. Actually, I'm going to put it up in here so you can see what I'm saying. So this is so Claire's obviously in there right now, loading up all those opal prints that I was just talking about. So they're showing out of stock, and it's because the system just hasn't updated them. Right. So this is in our opal category. There's all those felting kits, which are just right behind me here. There we go. So the ball winder sitting there, it just hasn't been. She must be in the process of loading those up right now. So they should be showing by the end of the day. So that's exciting. But the thing that I'm super excited about is all the KnitPro. We have now ordered stock we've never had before, and a lot of sets. You guys have been saying to us that you want sets, that you want things for Christmas. I gave Claire a budget and she went to town and she's done sewing. I haven't even, I mean, honestly, Heather's out there still unpacking it. I just grabbed these 3 things to give you a snapshot of what will be coming to the Christmas shop in here very, very soon. We've got things like this. So this is the Royale Interchangeable Deluxe set. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? It's got 3.5, 4mm, 4.55, 5.5, 6, 7s, and 8s. And look, gorgeous little look. Beautiful little satin case, and those are like so those are like the symphony wood shafts, but with the nickel tips, lovely sharp nickel tips. Don't even ask me how much these are going to be. I don't know, because I literally just plucked these out of the box and said to Heather, I'm just stealing these so I can show the peoples. But these knitting bags, yes, I'm so excited about this. So they come in a lovely mesh bag, and we've got 2 styles. This is one of them. Look at that. As Heather called it, the over the shoulder boulder holder bag, but they have like what I would call like a real medicine sort of bag feel about them. Should we open it up? Have a look. Okay. I know there'll be oh, look at that, beautiful satin lined. Space there for all your needles. Oh, fabulous. I'm so excited about these. So we've got these purple ones, and there is another design as well, a patterned design that's out there. So exciting. Oh, hold on, let me just put, there we go. Put that back properly. So exciting. These, and I mean, you know, and if you're lucky enough, I know Namaste was the bag when they were available with bags that people just loved, and since they have not been available, they've been sorely missed. So I think these will be incredibly popular. Margaret, Wild Cherries Skeinz Diaries coming soon. No, is the short answer to that. It is on order, but we've got something new out in the pipeline with that, and that will be coming, hopefully might be with us before the end of the year. So on that one. But this is the last one I wanted to show you. This is the self-love kit. We ordered the, we didn't, should we open? I don't know what's in it. I just saw it. This is fabulous. I have no idea what it's going to be. This is one that we're going to open up for a sample. So this is going to be our store one. So that's why I'm ripping into it, because we've got a few of these. So then you can have a look. So what's in here? According to the sticker on the back, 8 pairs of interchangeable needles and tips from 3.5 through to 8mm. 4 stainless steel cables, and 2 pairs of 8s and 100. Keycaps, cable keys, and connectors. Also in here are a knitting journal, crocheted bookmark, suede utility pouches. Should we have a look? Do you want to see? Ooh. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's time to be happy. Let's open this. I don't want everything to fall out. So let's tilt the camera so we can get a good look, shall we? There we go. Oopsie. How's that? There we go. Oh, look at that! Is that not the cutest thing? So there's all your tips. And then in the next, and these must be your pouches with all your accessories in it. Open these up. Oh, look, there's your crochet bookmark in here, look. There's your crochet bookmark. Take that back in there. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous wee knitting journal there as well. That is a pretty fabulous gift, I have to say. Gift to self, or you wanting to pop that on your wish list. Now, we do have a KnitPro section on the website. These will be going up all in the KnitPro section. And I'm going to reactivate the, in fact, let's have a look. I see if I've still got the gifts. I think I might still have the gift category up. And if I don't, I'll reactivate the gift category. Yes, I do have the, so under Yarns by Brand, I do have a category there called gifts. And all of these will be going in there as well. Oh, there is some really fantastic stuff coming. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Those are just the first 3 things that I saw sitting on the bench as Heather was unstacking them. They're just fantastic. So what else has everybody been knitting? I have, as I said, I have got the pulse there. I've definitely been eyeing up what I'm going to do for my husband, I think, in the Kelly & Co. But I have to say, the design that I am popping out in the newsletter, which is called Alanis, is just this really neat little pop-over layered tee. And it's perfect as a layering piece. So it's the sort of thing that you could wear something like this, but if it's a bit cooler, you could pop that over the top of, but it's not too heavy, and it really does look fantastic. So that I did a search. I jumped down the rabbit hole this morning, first thing this morning, and it was actually, it's one of those things, you know, so often we will only browse the first few pages, 2 or 3, maybe 4 pages, when we're looking at what's hot right now within Ravelry, but sometimes it is actually good to dive a little bit deeper and go into those pages a little bit further back. And this is where this popped up. I'd not seen it before. It's not a designer that I was necessarily aware of, but it just was such a brilliant little design. It was modern and edgy. It was a great design if you're wanting to knit for people that are a little bit more fashion forward, and particularly in the summer pieces, they love to layer with different t-shirts and linens and blouses and trousers. It was fantastic. Really, really neat. Kathy has got the West Knits Hohi shawl bag on its way. Ooh, for your Christmas present. Lucky you, Kathy. And Teresa, that's a great idea. Teresa is setting up her daughters with a beginner knitting kit, and she's finally going to teach them how to knit this Christmas. That's a great idea. We actually we have been talking about doing some, but I have beginners kits that I did years ago, and I think I'm going to reset them up again. That we did them with warm yarn, the 100 grams of warm, and doing really basic. Oh, what have you? Oh, Claire's coming in with more goodie.
Try to share this one.
Oh yeah, go on. Another one.
That's just straight.
Oh, Claire's just bought this one. They've just pulled this one out of the box. We've never had this one before. Let's have a look. Oh, that is so cool. Look at this. If you're a fan, and I know many of you here are, of straight sets, look at that. And these are the beautiful satin. Look, I think these are zings. And these are from 2.5s all the way through to 6mm. I'll tell you what, everything will just slip beautifully on these. And it's actually, and that's the thing with straight needles too, having something like this where you can keep them all neat and tidy makes a huge difference. Wendy is doing a test knit for Athalia. There is such wonderful, some great new designs. And I'm definitely going to be talking about doing some more with her new design next week. Lost them. Oh, yeah, Jeanette lost her mojo for the shawlography, and she's going to go the flex light for grandkids. That's a great idea. Sometimes a break is all you need to get back into things. And Adele has started the rose cardigan in hedgehog fibres with Ethan over at Outlaw HQ. He's been doing the most fabulous kitting with the hedgehog yarns. And the rose cardigan, if you haven't seen it, is this wonderful sort of almost cocoon style cardigan. I think it's from Suzanne Summers, if I'm correct, Adele. It's really gorgeous. And he does it, he's compiled colours together so they sort of all fade and talk and correlate and sort of work all the way across. It is really a work of art. So they've got those over there. Yes, and Lynn is working on the summer sorrel and with the wool and pine. And the summer sorrel is, I know, a really popular tea pattern at the moment, and that would be gorgeous in your silk merino, Lynn. That would be absolutely stunning. Absolutely. Oh, Angela, there we go, Andrea Maree. That's who did us that one. Very good. Oh, so exciting. There's so many wonderful things. So many wonderful things. See, who says knitting needs to be a winter thing and crafting needs to be? They don't. They're not like us. They don't understand the real passion that goes on. Oh, it sounds like it. Honestly, I can't wait. I'm going to stop talking now so I can get the newsletter out and I can help start getting all this stuff loaded up so we can start getting things happening. But as I said, particularly if you're looking to purchase some of these big ticket items, secret squirrel, you might want to hold off till next Friday. Because we will be doing a very special promotion then for Black Friday, and it's only going to be in a single day. And for those locals, Shani, I know you're there, and Margaret too, Miss Margaret, I saw you there as well. We will be doing something very special in store just for the locals. So if you happen to be over this way or you're around, you might want to pop in. We've had a bit of a garage sale of a few bits and pieces. We've been compiling just little, packets of quirky bits of things here and there, and everything is going out at the same price regardless of composition, but there is going to be some pretty smart yarns going out at a pretty smart price, but just for Friday only, so you make sure you have to check that out as well. So until then, I'm going to stop talking. Less talking, more working. Have a great rest of week, and I will see you guys again on Thursday. Bye.